What up? Have this game behind me. I hope it doesn't get cut off, but y'all can enjoy that too. As y'all come in here, throw your questions in the chat. And yeah, we'll get right after it. Am I talking on the right side here? I hope you guys can hear me. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's run through some injuries to start it off here. Michael Wilson not playing shouldn't affect many people. DJ Chark is expected to play. Interesting. Josh Downs expected to play. That's big. I know he's not going to be at 100%, so he is someone who I might be looking to be sitting. Josh Downs, someone who I'm very high on for the long term. This could be a 1 week potential sit if you have better options. Then again, it is against the Panthers, but he is not 100%. Matthew Stafford's not playing. That was to be expected. There is a large number of rookies starting this week. I want to say there's like 6 or 8 rookies starting this week. Puka Nakua expected to play week 9. Cool. Josh Palmer is out. Expecting a big Keenan Allen game today. I feel like he's been a little bit quiet the last couple weeks. Hopefully, big Keenan Allen game. I don't think it's going to change anything with Quentin Johnson. Darren Waller on IR. That's an interesting one there. He can't seem to stay on the field. But unfortunate situation there. But he's out at least the next 4 weeks. Tyrod Taylor, short stint there. Maybe you were able to flip him at that point, but he's out there. But Justin Fields returns to practice on Friday. He is not playing. So you can assume Justin Fields will be back next week, I would think. Desmond Ritter is active but not starting. That's a really interesting situation. Heineke had some good games last year, so I wouldn't be completely out on the idea of Ritter not playing much for the year. But as far as appreciate you, Tyler. Um, as far as Desmond Ritter, I feel like I don't know. I think Heineke could win this game, which is like the interesting one. But I also don't think they're done with Ritter. Jair Alexander, Aaron Jones will play. People are saying this is going to be the Aaron Jones comeback game. I could see it. I honestly haven't been too excited about Green Bay or even paying attention that much to Green Bay. I mostly, I'll admit, just look at the stats after the game. I have Jaden Reed. I do like the receivers there. Besides Christian Watson, I do think is a little bit overrated from where he was at the start of the year. But Aaron Jones, I do like him better than AJ Dillon. I'll say that much. He's been a little quiet this year, but I do think Aaron Jones can turn it around. I'll say that. I'll agree there. What else we got here injury wise? Nothing too crazy. All right, let's see here. Let's see some that I'm seeing on Twitter. Some starter sit questions. See, I'll just look up here who's starting and who's sitting, who's asking these questions in on Twitter. Just any random person, and I'm gonna answer them. Easier to find some on here. All right, here we go. They're doing a public poll here. This is from Scott Fish, who runs I believe it's called Scott Fish Bowl. So let's go down. It's a public poll. I might as well answer some of them. Powell, Douglas, Shaheed, Dubs. I think I'm going Dubs. Not a lot of people agree with that, but not a huge fan of any of them, to be honest. Zach Moss or Aiden O'Connell, PPR flex. Not sure how. I guess super flex. You got to go the quarterback in almost every situation. Again, I was in the minority there, so maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like if it's super flex, you got to start the rookie or the quarterback. Brian Robinson or Zach Moss. I like Brian Robinson. Again, I'm going in the minority of all these here, so maybe fade me, maybe I'm just a genius. It's yet to be seen. Start one, Gus Edwards or versus Seattle or Henderson versus Green Bay. I think you got to go Gus Edwards coming off last week. I do like Henderson. He's been out for a little bit, but or not out, but he hasn't been great. But Gus Edwards coming off 3 touchdowns, got to go there. PPR one flex. Latavius Murray, Nelson Aguilar, Brandon Powell, Kylan Granson. I mean, you're gonna lose. You're in a bad situation. 6 point, and I'm just being real with you, and that's what it is. I'm gonna keep it real every day, 24/7, 25/7. Give me an extra hour because I think we gained an hour of sleep. I forgot about that. So let's move on from that one. 6 point passing. Stroud, Daniel Jones, Mac Jones. We're going Stroud, baby. Stroud's legit. Stroud's the guy. I don't know how, like, at this point, I don't even think that's a question there. It's an easy one. Wide receiver 3, PPR. Rashee Rice, already playing. Believe he has a touchdown. Jordan Addison or Quentin Johnson. So I'm just going to eliminate Rashee Rice, assuming that one wasn't played. And we're going to go Jordan Addison. Quentin Johnson's a bust, but Rashee Rice has been having a good game, I believe. Yeah, let's see real quick. What is it looking like in this the stats from this game back here? 7-0, by the way. I believe it's Rashee Rice with the touchdown. Yeah. He had a touchdown, 11-yarder. I don't think anyone else is doing much. Jalen Waddle got hurt a little bit earlier, but he's back in. But that Miami has not done anything yet. And basically it's just been that one drive for Kansas City. But they're spreading the ball around over there. All right, let's look at some more. Rashee Rice, Jerome Ford. I would have said Rashee Rice. Deshaun Watson or Sam Howell. I don't think Deshaun Watson's even playing. Or no, he is playing. I think you got to go Howell versus New England. Yeah. Again, Howell coming off a great week there. Let's see. Tough choice then. Zach Wilson or Mac Jones. I mean, I guess Mac Jones. Chuba Hubbard, Singletary, Chuba Hubbard, Madison, Singletary, and Madison need to start too. I think we're going Chuba and Singletary. Let's go next one. Get some new faces in here. Okay, here's an interesting one. DK Metcalf, DJ Chark, or I don't know if that's DJ Chark or not. Maybe. Or Nico Collins. But either way, start one. I'm going DK. Maybe that's Deontay Johnson and he played already. That was from an hour ago. Super flex spot. O'Connell, Goddard, Hunt. Ooh, interesting one. I think this is a situation where I'm gonna go Goddard. I feel a really big game from Goddard. But yeah, that's pretty even, honestly. Nico Collins or Puka Nacua. Ooh, I like it. I'm going Puka. Nico Collins has been quiet. He's due. He is due, but we'll see. What's up, Dylan? Pick one: Hollywood Brown, Michael Thomas, Kareem Hunt, or Josh Downs. Yes, Josh Downs is not at 100%. That's a tough one. I think I'm between Michael Thomas and Kareem Hunt. But then again, when players play, like I feel like they're gonna play no matter what. I'm gonna say let's ride with Michael Thomas. Michael Thomas has been we talked about him last episode. He's been kind of surprising. I didn't think he had anything left, but he's been balling. I'm gonna say let's go with Michael Thomas here. But that's really you could go anyway. That's a good tough situation to be in. Those are all great options. I'm starting Kareem Hunt in a league. I like Kareem, but I feel like he's very touchdown dependent. Josh Downs, if healthy, I think I would have said Josh Downs for sure. But then again, I feel like a lot of times I overcompensate for injury when players are playing. When they play, they're good. Hope that helps. What's up, Joker? Pick two for my flex, super flex, or Scott Fishbowl, I'm guessing. Matt Collins, Quinn Johnson, Puka, Singletary. Puka, I think I'm going Puka and Singletary. Matt Collins has I just can't get excited about Matt Collins, and Quinn Johnson has been disappointing. I'm going Puka and Singletary there. Potentially hobbled Josh Downs, Jacoby Myers, or Brian Johnson. I think I'm going Brian Johnson. See, a lot of people are still high on looking at these polls. A lot of people are still high on Josh Downs, but he's someone I traded before the season. I started traded Josh Downs for Brandon Cooks, thinking that Brandon Cooks would be the better short term option, but that was a mistake. Yo, Tyreek's so good. It's actually crazy just how fast he is. Quinn Johnson is a top 24 receiver this week from FF Mike Cash. True or false? I'm saying false. Man, I have not been high on Quinn Johnson at any point, but crazy. Weird Twitter war. I like this. All right. What's a worse offense? Accidentally lighting smoke. I did see that video. There's a guy who just started lighting a cigarette. It looked like he was like drunk or tired or something and just lit it without thinking, or purposely removing your shoes or socks. I mean, the correct answer is smoking on a plane. But that like in this situation, I'm gonna say purposely removing your shoes and socks because I don't think that guy purposely lit a cigarette because when the dude came up to him, he was like real confused, and looked like he just like did it like just based off a instinct or something. I don't even know, or did it like in his sleep. But purposely removing socks is ridiculous. Shoes, I mean, if you're wearing Crocs, I mean, your shoes are basically off already. But yeah, Puka, T. Higgins, or Devonte Smith. Give me Devonte. I mean, I'm not biased or nothing, but I got to go Devonte Smith here. He usually has good games against Dallas. I feel like that's the games they're going to be really focused on AJ. They don't want to get beat by him, so I think Devonte is going to have a good game. Puka though, I like T Higgins. He's just a tough situation this year, and out of all of them, I for sure feel most confident with Devonte. But again, not biased or nothing. Miami gets some points here. That's the question. Did Waddle just fumble? No. Was that Mostert? I don't know why I saw Waddle. Oh no, he just dropped it. Well, nice. Yeah, I feel like this is one. You just gotta like go with your gut there. Like T Higgins going into the year, I would have said that's probably the safest move, obviously over Puka. But um, yeah, I saw a stat somewhere, which I really don't think this says too much to T Higgins, like skill wise. But the T Higgins is the most owned player on winless fantasy football teams, which is interesting because I don't think what. Let me pull up his stat line because I feel like I know he started off really bad, but I feel like he hasn't been atrocious. T Higgins game log. Yeah, he had 6 for 69 last game, not bad, 4 for 20. He had one big game, was that week 2? Yeah, I s I mean, even, like, Devontae hasn't even been that great recently. He was dropping balls. He kinda had a little streak there where he couldn't, where he was, like, had the yips almost. T. Higgins, you were able to drop T. Higgins and then pick him back up. That's pretty crazy. I feel like he's one of those guys. Like like stats wise, he was droppable, but like I feel like for me, I just could not get myself to drop T. Higgins. But at least you got him back. Man, the stats in this, when I threw on the Miami KC game, I was like, man, this is gonna be a high scoring game. Good fantasy players. I got Waddle in the league. I just traded for a Chan. Is it a Chan? Yeah, I think it's a Chan. That's how you pronounce it in a league. Oh, Puka, got you. Yeah, I was not on Puka at all. I remember seeing people talk about him, but I didn't really I didn't buy into it. But he's been great. He's slowed down a little bit the last couple weeks, but I feel like for like in a dynasty situation, he's someone you need. He's a steal, probably the steal of most drafts. But yeah, I traded for I did okay, here's this trade I did yesterday. Let me walk through it here. I actually the only reason I did it was because George Pickens was in the deal. So I knew it wouldn't go through for next week's, or else I would have been in a bad situation for this week. But I traded Brandon Cooks and Ramondre Stevenson for George Pickens and Devon Achan. And I did that mostly because I think Devon Achan is going to give me the best upside in the future. And George Pickens, although had an egregious non-touchdown last week, I do think he's better than Brandon Cooks, and he has not been bad this year. So that's why I did that there. But if that would have went through this week, I would have had to start Jerick McKinnon. But I'll get Javonte Williams back, and I also have Brian Robinson in there. All right, I'll stay on for like 10 more minutes here. Any last minute starter sit questions, get them in here. Um, I feel like you just got to go with your gut too. Go with your gut, get some reassurance from me. But at the end of the day, you just got to do what your feelings right. Especially there's weeks like now when you start getting into the weeks with the bye weeks, you kind of just sometimes you're just forced to start players who you don't feel confident in starting. And sometimes it work out, sometimes it doesn't, but just go with your gut at that point. Like, look at this. I'm gonna tell you who I'm starting right now in my dynasty league. That I have 2 losses and I'm a good team competing, and I am starting Kareem Hunt, Jaden Reed, Tyler Boyd, Baker Mayfield at my super flex spot. Those are all players who are playing for me this week, and I never would have thought they were. I've had Aaron Rodgers at one point, Kirk Cousins, they both get hurt, and I had to trade a bunch of people. I got ETN on a buy. I got Man, know who's been killing me just disappointment wise? Calvin Ridley. I thought he was gonna be the truth, especially after the start of the year. He was balling out for like one game, and now it really looks like it's a Christian Kirk show. I got Kenny Gainwell. Jamal Williams been a huge disappointment. Thought Kendre Miller would have been better by now, but I mean it is early. I am not out on Kendre Miller. Don't get it twisted. But here's the thing. Here's my question. Any of the people who are here in the chat, if you're in Superflex, how important is it to start 2 quarterbacks? Can you win without starting 2 quarterbacks in Superflex? Oh my god. My cat's messing with stuff. Get out. All right, Gatsby's over here breaking stuff. This might have to be the end of it. I don't know if anyone's in here. If you are, leave your questions. I'll stay on for like a minute more. I don't know if you can hear that or not, but he's over there screaming. All right. On that note, I'm out.